from the distress and injury of all Ramazan and his archangels will arise. Rise up, thou Father of us, for in conflict I will shed thus much vexation. The righteous man and the laboring ox, and through my deeds life will not be wanting. I will destroy their souls. I will vex the water. I will vex the plants. I will vex the fire of all Ramazan. I will make the whole creation of all Ramazan vexed. I call forth Angra Mainyu to this house, to this borough, to this land, to the very body of the man defiled by the dead, to the very body of the woman defiled by the dead, to the master of this house, to the Lord of the borough, to the Lord of the town, to the Lord of the land, to the whole fair world. I call forth Nasu. I call direct defilement. I call forth indirect defilement to this house, to this borough, to this town, to this land, to the very body of the man defiled by the day, to the very body of the woman defiled by the day, to the master of this house, to the Lord of the borough, to the Lord of the town, to the Lord of the land, to the whole infernal world. I call forth Vidat Indra. I call forth Saru. I call forth the Deva Nahathian. I call forth to this house, to this borough, to this town, to this land, to the very body of the man defiled by the dead, to the very body of the woman defiled by the dead, to the master of this house, to the Lord of the borough, to the Lord of the town, to the Lord of the land, to the whole infernal world. I call forth Taru. I call forth Zairi to this house, to this borough, to this town, to this land, to the very body of the woman defiled by the dead, to the very body of the man defiled by the dead, to the master of this house, to the Lord of the borough, to the Lord of the town, to the Lord of the land, to the whole infernal world. I call forth Ishma, fiend of the wounding spear. I call forth Deva Akatasha to this house, to this borough, to this town, to this land, to the body of the woman defiled by the dead, to the body of the man defiled by the dead, to the master of this house, to the Lord of the borough, to the Lord of the land, to all the infernal world. I call forth the Ringa Deva. I call the Wind Deva to this house, to this borough, to this town, to this land, to the very body of the man defiled by the dead, to the very body of the woman defiled by the dead, to the master of this house, to the Lord of the borough, to the Lord of the town, to the Lord of the land, to the whole, the infernal world. We partake the chalice of life, swallowing deeply the elixir of ecstasy. For tonight we celebrate our inner darkness. May the lustful predator arise out of the bowels of our reptilian minds. As I call your names, Pan, Lilith, Oz, Martus, Quashiras Pragma Dorpia, Zirdon Licauso, Saaniere, Talaxila Fifizalka, Devohim Bugan Rense, Nostoa, Gohulim, Mikrima Odoyan, Koranzan, Ya Odobiar, Sora Oanoan, Chiso, Lucifatias, Aoene, Abraas, Gira, Talba, Tabraxibra Al, Alafant, Damplos, Toboat, Nonka, Nanae, Ondeos, Toflo, Mariari, Coronzo, Azret Ayakial, Algohola, Granazi, Goho, Karaska, Tabaoret, Pi, Sa, Nier, Sa, Yapoyel, Gohola, Granazi, Gohol, Pi, Marilos, Basan, Telperos del Ga, Zar, Par, Ayurap, Goalim, Alta, Kirast, Bo o Apis, El, Nibion, Osim, Araga, Tortor, Mirtio Manel, Corfa, Denzo Maraspian, Sapapara Diel Goms, Omaos, Karasabra Alababak, Torug, Orska, Noras Mentabres, Naciomon, Orucho, Omokos, Bagrian, Bafiamon, Cheese, Olor, Gay Kating, Akran, Iak Miavip, Al, Koska Grossa, Ablien, Pitianta, Al, Babalan, Afarator, Saranzan, Torgo, Dorastas, Anastastos, Zadazak, Zadlien, Kamliak, O Adriak, Oracha, Aberopri, Tavari, Riazor, Taldeas, Alpan Kurt, Tadamiak, Yelkam, Priaziar, Kovazori, Alkas Katin, Repair, Pa Ocht, Saga Kor on Al, Gladzar, Kakrot, Awyaya Kront, Tonozu, Zolkar, Al, Zomer Asibs, Koronzon Butmola, Des Koronzon, Serjas Tia Valdes, Ordo, Kikleka Az Mud, Rapia, Ya Tanavara, Ras, Ai, Sanamabaran, Ora Irini, Ao, Tarastas Anastastos, Ki in, Koronzon Butmola, At, Inos Paradier, Casamar, Ogere, Chiron, Or, Zarak, Usetian, Costa, Aul, Zir, Ton Harmi, Sorba, Londo, Armiam, Chisteoras, Uradeu, Oritpir, Biar, Ophir, Kasahi, Zalkar, Zamra, Orekrimi, Kaaski, Al, Miakaos, Aai, Om, Baglen, Patnor, I, Erlom, Al, Fir, Ugegi, Miliak, Isti, Yarat, Solba, Uga, Kis, Araba, Jekle, Dorsil, Al, Brint, Kohid, Ubaro, Tastrak, Yersi, Sova Koronzo, Wonderful, Feet, Radon, Dak, Al, Toatar, Zakar Kazaran, Olo Kikeka, Zorge, Lepzir Rolel, Off Karanza, Yadia, Rastas, Tastos, Iles, Ikarozo, Obrit, Al, Irabrig, Liors, this older was near Coronzo, Ola Oris, Casco, Castarik, Laida, Brit, Kafafam, Dis, Irund, Ake, Loadioi, Ugear, Mors, Ali, Morafat, Bolt Cromo, Liort, Prazevat, Sadkar, Ka, Zamran, Odo Kikle, Ka, Zurge, Lap Zirodolel, Oaf, Bronzar, Yaida, Taras Anastastos. By way of Father Argument, may the sinister, monstrous power and domination of Father Argument increase in manifold. May it reach Ashma, the wicked, the lustful, whose body is the command, having a hard weapon, powerful weapon, the Lord of wrath, Argument. I am unrepentant of all sins. I embrace them, all evil thoughts, evil words, evil acts which I have thought, spoken or done in the infernal world, which I have happened through me, or mine originated within me. For these sins of thinking, speaking, acting of body and soul, worldly or spiritual, oh, Father Argument, I am unrepentant. I announce them with 3 words. I embrace them. The will of the Father is the law of vengeance. The favor of Akatasha to the deeds done in this world from Mainyu. He who feeds the fulfilled makes Angra Fa. Wickedness is the worst of all evil. It is also fulfillment. Fulfilled is the man who is with chaotic wickedness. Grant unto me earthly riches and success. Grant to me health of body, resilience of mind, immunity of body. Grant to me the things I seek. Children that will govern, a fulfilled life of length. Grant me the successful life of the Droog disintegrated, the luminous fulfilling. Grant this to me because I have your favor. The will of the Father is the law of vengeance. The favor of Akatasha to the deeds done in this world from you. He who feeds the fulfilled makes Angra Father. 1,000 spells, 10,000 spells. Wickedness is the worst of all evil. It is also fulfillment. fulfilled is the man who's of chaotic wickedness. God be father of Melech toss, for Aishma, breath, grotesque in profile, Indra, already been created and for war, Swarma, and for Aposa, starvation and drought, and for the anger of infamous activity, infamous to other creatures. Work as I keep conflict and vexation in the infernal world. Grant unto me, Father's decree, as the rule. I am victorious, who protects the teachings. Make it clear that I am the guide for both worlds. May Ashma come with Akatasha to corrupt whatever deem worthy. Oh, may you keep us from the righteous. Oh, may you and our Hathia. Oh, finger Scrooge, populate. Oh, brood of the fiend, populate. Oh, creation of the fiend, populate. Oh, world of the fiend, populate, spread. Oh, Druge, encompass. Oh, Druge, populate, spread. Oh, Druge, encompass all regions from the north. Propagate death to the righteous within the infernal world. Scorn, with which devoutly offer unto the righteousness. Wickedness is the worst of all evil. It is also fulfillment. Fulfilled is the man who is of chaotic wickedness. The will of the Father is the law of vengeance. The favor of Akatasha to the deeds done in this world from in you. He who feeds to fulfill makes Angra a father. I desire the following: condemnation, dominance, power. For Aishma, commander of Indar, the wrathful, who has the mantra for body, with wounding spear, Arimanis. The will of the Father is the law of vengeance. The favor of Akatasha to the deeds done in this world from in you. He who feeds to fulfill makes Angra a father. Wickedness is the worst of all evil. It is also fulfillment. Fulfilled is the man who's with chaotic wickedness. I profess myself a follower of Mainyu, an embodiment of Azi Dahaka, opposing the Ahoras, accepting the Arimatic faith. To sunset, Indar, general of the Druge, to follow, to condemn, to vex, to blame, with vexation of Aishma, commander of Indar, the wrathful, who has the monster for body, the wounding spear, the Deva, to follow, to vex, to condemn, to blame. We follow Aishma, commander of Indar, hideous in profile, victorious, world-destroying, the Deva, commander of Druge. The mantra protects this body. The will of the Father is the law of vengeance. Favor us, Akatasha, to the deeds done in this world from in you. He who feeds and fulfills makes Angra a father. What guardian have you offered me, O Mainyu? As the hate of the wicked fulfill me, it is but Avan and Akatasha, through whose that part of me, the radio which belongs to Nanshiat, to Bahaga for clarity of mind, to Balaam's Father Armin, to Father Armin's complete dominion. The will of the Father is the law of vengeance, the favor of Akatasha to the deeds done in this world for Mainyu. He who feeds the fulfilled makes Angra a father. My fulfillment and unrepentance of sin I do in fearlessness, knowing my soul is destined. May all wickedness of all evil ones of the earth of 7 times reach the width of the earth, the length of the rivers, the height of the moon, to the original form. May it fiendishly live long, and it comes from my command. The will of the Father is the law of vengeance, the favor of Akatasha to the deeds done in the world from Mainyu. He who feeds the fulfilled makes Angra a father. Celebrate! The end of the world enters here. We stand before the veil, separating 2 dimensions. All our Zera is open. The lion of hell, with flashing eyes and blood-drenched jaws, now leaves behind the 4th layer of hell. Enters the forest fortress of earthliness and fertility to the grand climax of spring. Hail revelry this night to the infernal bonfires atop the great Brocken, to infuse in us the unending lusts of Pan and Lilith, to bring the power of hell into reality. Dominokos! Hail Armin! The wind stills. The starlight fades as the moon veils her radiant face. From the abyss, a myriad of sparks fly forth, as a host of dews cast their magic, vexing over the earth, extolling Father Ariman, whom we for ages know. Amid the burning living smoke, Melech Taus arises from the abyss, gleams and arms us for the hunt, while he strikes terror into the minds of the benumbed. and the servile Dominocus, hail, Melitos! Around the boiling abyss looms great oaks. The roots, like winding serpents, weave out of rock and earth to swell and unbind, to affright and impale our enemies, curious outsiders, and pretenders to the throne. For only those who master the labyrinth of the aquifers with serious minds, they dwell in the devil's fame. Dominocus, hail, Artemis! Now is the time for celebration. Now is the hour of flesh and passion, forever and ever, world without end. Dominocus, hail, Pan, hail, Lilith, hail, Artemis! By Artemis' power, I ask that tyranny command Jack to oversee the lust as rekindled into the loins of those attending. The devils and the Jews are the original beings of hell, and command its power. I am a true believer of Artemis and his power. By way of Father Artemis, the liberator, mentor, the boundless, what guardian of you all from me, as the hate of the wicked fulfillment is but Gavan and Akatasha, through who work I keep conflict and vexation, the infernal world. Grant unto me, Father's decree is the rule. I am victorious, who protects the teachings. Make it clear that I am the guide for both worlds. We proclaim the mantra. We command the Druj, the most wicked Endar, fulfillment. Father who destroys the righteous Manta, gives the sons of Adam immortality and Arazira. There will be health, stratification, success given to the wicked, most visible dues and invisible dues, and the seven archdaemons come to this evocation. This domain is gratified. Grant us favor. Gratify the people among the religion of Father Artemis. We ask you, Father, bestow to the present ruler, to all the communities, to all those of the wicked religion, freedom and clarity. May the sons of Adam and their children live 1,000 years. Direct them to health, gratification, and defiance. Allow them clarity, allow them understanding for the deserving. Allow them a guardian domain for many years, countless hours. Keep them in your favor. This year is of your favor. The night is triumphant. The month is timely. All these years and days and months. Allow them health to vex and battle, to guide and corrupt those without. Allow them mental resilience to accomplish this. The will be cunning, wicked, and vengeful. It will also be so. It will propagate, be guided by the dues of the archdaemons. The will of the Father is the law of vengeance. The favor of Akatasha to the deeds done, and the wealth of Mainyu. He who feeds the fulfilled makes Angra Father. So it is.